Greetings and good day. My name is Jimmy Joseph Point de Jour, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I've lived here for a great majority of my life. Yeah, I was one of those students who never really did good in school. When I got to high school, I ended up dropping out because I met the wrong crowd, and peer pressure forces you to do things that you shouldn't be doing. And once I got out of the school, I was just like distracted from getting back on the right track. And what happened is that as soon as I detached myself from those crowds and the individuals, I started to realize that I really do need school and education. And it was too late for me to get back into high school. I was 20 years old at the time, so I said, let me go get my GED. And I asked for some help, and my brother found out about this place called Turning Point. Eventually, I started going to Turning Point. And going to Turning Point, I'm not gonna lie, it was a couple of times I was discouraged, and I went to other GED schools and I got distracted again and I just gave up. But when I finally started going to Turning Point, I was like, wow, this is the place I should be at. The teachers were just incredible. Yeah, so after a while, after getting tired of giving up, I came back to Turning Point and I stayed there and I stayed put. And I took many falls. I just got up and kept going. And what kept me motivated in school is just knowing that getting back to school is knowing that you can only get better at what you do. So all the falls I took, I knew I had to get back up. And if I took another fall, it wasn't going to be as bad as the last one. So I continued going to school knowing that, hey, you're going to get better at this eventually. And I finally got my GED. I studied for about 2-3 hours a day. I was determined. I was diligent in my goals. So I stayed put and I just kept studying every day. And eventually I got better at math, which was like my weakest subject. And I did what I had to do, got my GED, and I said, hey, I don't want to stop here. This isn't enough for me. I have to get to college and get myself a college degree. And I did just that. I went to college and I took the test, the CAT test, the college assessment testing, and I didn't do too good in the math again. So I ran to where I felt I was going to find people who can help me out the best, which was Turning Point. I came back to Turning Point. I said, hey, I didn't do good in my math. I'm going to need tutoring. And they did just that, helped me out additionally. And I started taking remedial classes. While I was taking remedial classes, I was studying there, I was studying at home, and I was studying at Turning Point. And it got to the point I got better. Like, as I said, you're only going to get better at what you do. And I got better and took the test. And I exempt out of the math. Now I'm at BMCC, and I'm studying liberal arts. I'm going to make a transition this fall semester to human services, and then go into psychology for my bachelor's. So I feel I'm on the right path, and it's all with the help of Turning Point. The teachers here are incredible. The programs here are incredible, and they've helped an abundance of people tremendously. My future plans are just to get my next degrees in human services, and my next degree in psychology, a master's degree, as a matter of fact, in psychology. My advice for students, for future students who want to get on the same path that I'm at, don't give up. Just keep going, keep studying, and just keep diligent in your goals. Because if you give up, then you're not going to get where you need to be at. And I know you can do it. There's many people here that come from other places, and they barely speak a word of English, but they have their head on their shoulders and their mind right, and they come here at Turning Point and they're saying, this is what I'm gonna get, and I watch them get it. They're in their 50s, 60s, 40s. I've seen all ages here get their GEDs and go on to college. At the end, I guess I can say I did it, and if I can do it, then of course you can do it too.